So in 1999, you smashed the glass ceiling and achieved something that no Pasifika woman had before when you entered Parliament. What was the moment that you felt the calling to be a politician?
Yeah, well, you know, I felt that it's been long overdue. At that time when I went into Parliament, there were 3 Pacific men that were in Parliament, and they were all from Auckland. We come from a long line of very strong Pacific women leaders. Just think about our mothers. And they were formidable. I think New Zealand missed out on generations of women and other men that could be in those leadership type roles. I actually was approached when I was 34 years old to run for Parliament, and I didn't choose to run till I was 44. And it was largely because at that time when National were in, there was an Employment Contracts Act which did not have any respect for workers' rights or unions. And a factory closed in Wainuiamata where many of the people locally, including Pacific, worked, and there was no support for them as workers, redundancy, you know, or an opportunity to upskill and get jobs. And many of them were men. And, you know, particularly for men, you know, your ability to earn an income and to have a job or a paid job to support your family, and I know times have changed, that has a terrible psychological, emotional impact on them. And when I saw this and saw the crying, because it was this whole issue, you arrive at work and you get told you're no longer required. There's no support for you. And I thought, this is unjust, this is not fair, this should not exist in New Zealand. And so that was when I thought, because I'd been asked lots of times, but I was driven by the pain and the emotion and the loss of seeing these human beings who've worked hard all their lives being told that they were no longer required. And many of our people had gone through that with the factories closing, General Motors, Ford Motors. There was no plan to upskill these human beings who were leaders in our community and in our churches. And so part of the reason why I thought that I would accept the opportunity to go through the rigorous selection processes to run was really a dream, to work with others to put this right.
So you were really driven by the service aspect?
Hugely, and I think my whole life has been steep in service, steep in social justice, and we have been brought up to understand what is right and what is wrong, to have the courage to be principled, and to stand up and give voice when things are not right, they're wrong. Yeah, so yeah.